Everything here is immediately followed by sarcastic comments and nasty responses.
Yep, we're finally where we belong.
And don't think we don't know how to weed them out.
Put a chick in it, make her gay. Put a chick in it, make her name it gay.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
That's all, brother. I had it.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
It's very good. Well, if you can't get out of it, get into it.
Welcome to Inside the Badger Den with the Angry Badger and Mr.Techrat. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, oh, look at you. You did the McMahon. Welcome, of course, to somehow again, every time I'm surprised, the 17th episode. And we're still alive. Another one. Well on our way to 20, and the channel well on its way to 3,000 subs. Like we're like 10 away, 11 away, something like that. Welcome, and actually the most people waiting for the show to begin with. Probably helps to advertise on Twitter, X, whatever. Is anyone ever going to just call it Twitter without saying Twitter, X, formerly, whatever?
I feel like it shows your age.
I'm a boomer apparently now. Mr. Techrat, welcome. Wasteland Rat, I like that. You are the DEI rat, the DEI officer, but I guess, yes, you are also a Wasteland Rat now.
Yeah, it took me a minute to figure out what I wanted to put there, but obviously we're gonna get to it.
I'm
doing all right.
Shout out to everyone. I'm seeing you. Saw you guys for a while there talking. Charlie, of course. Sorry, John is always first. Charlie, Hale, Reinhardt, Hail Badger, Fallout. Watched first episode, like you said, today on Nerd Wars. Not sure what to think. Brotherhood seems so boring and kind of gay. Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about it. We're going to do our normal thing. We'll talk about the videos real quick of throughout the week and the things that happened, and then we gonna talk about Fallout.
Because spoiler, we love Fallout.
Yeah, no, I played all the games. Bly, what is up, Mr. Harrison? Oh my God! Of course, John, who may or may not be. There's a lot of Johns. I can't tell. I've never seen them both in the same place at the same time. Just saying. We have arrived, sir. We have arrived. Fucking cat's paw. What's going on? All right. What's going on? So guys, I liked it. Yeah, no, I did not hate it, and so. And yes, we've both seen all 8 episodes, so I think that'll be a key distinction is who has seen all of them. Shout out to R2. What is going on? Yeah, Charles, I make sure I got you. I love seeing you guys in other streams, by the way, and then we all spend 10 minutes hailing each other. It's nice. I'm wondering if people are getting pissed off at us doing that, taking over their chat just to say hi to each other, but I don't care.
That's what happens when you create a fellowship.
Yeah, it's a lot like in Helldivers where it's like, no, I'm hugging each and every one of you before we extract.
I don't
what is going on, Tim?
A lot of my neighbors IRL, but I'll talk to these bastards.
Yeah, that's got more in common with these bastards than your neighbors, probably. All right, we had a good week. It was a wonky algorithm there for a while, but it was a good week, so to speak, in YouTube terms. And this was the first one going in there, and inspiring, because this is what you need. You need people that just reject. They reject the money that you get from DEI. They reject the credit score, and they just make good shit. What is going on down upwards? Okay, we're gonna get through just stuff for the week, and we're talking Fallout. Stay with us, don't worry, and we'll try and do it without spoilers.
I was gonna say, I see Jim saying not seeing. A lot of people haven't seen it all. We won't spoil, and we'll do our best.
Don't worry, we'll do our best. The problem is with a lot of this stuff is only spoilers if you haven't played the games or weren't super paying attention to all the background. But okay. So Stellar Blade developer rejected the Western media outlets. Basically, everyone that was talking shit on Stellar Blade, he laughed at them. Was like, no, we're not doing it. We reject you, which is exactly what you need. You need to don't let them shame you when you have a beautiful female body type, which we know they don't like beautiful female body types.
Makes me think of Reacher. When someone tells Reacher, like, get in the car. No.
Let's not talk about Reacher.
No, we should always be talking about Reacher.
Reacher, yes, but maybe let's. That man. Social media is going to be the death of all my favorite people.
Of everybody, I know.
Yeah. Okay. So
all right.
That was inspiring. It's good that at least some companies are saying, nah, We can adapt and have female characters that are not, and apparently the game plays pretty well too. Let's say I was watching Project Egg Roll, who, aside from the hilarity of watching him watch her go up and down the ladder, it was funny. See, I'm never going to live it down. I tell you guys, childhood memory, and it's forever. It's forever. It's forever. No, I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to spoil the Fallout, and I'm also not going to spoil, because this is not going to be really anything that needs to be spoiled. But they don't like Mark Kern, Grums, of course, former World of Warcraft lead, where Cabrutus is doing the Steam curation list and making sure everyone knows what has been touched by Sweet Baby Inc. Grums is going full on outing all the community managers, of which I've now lost count. I really have lost count of the community managers and the game devs that openly come out and are just the things they have called us for the last couple of years. They're racist. They're bigoted. It's rather impressive, actually, how confidently they say the things they say. But that's led to a bunch of them, including, I still am not sure how you're supposed to say their name, NNE Saga. And of course, Melissa Mercanti. See, you beat me to it, but I said it at the same time. Mercanti, the sex worker and OnlyFans, OnlyFans worker. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I think you have to put the accent over the E. Mercanti.
But yeah, they're calling for him to be blacklisted, basically. So this is the first you go after their livelihood, right? So they're doing that.
Yeah, but that's not the worst thing they've done to him recently, right? They've actually gone after him. You recently put up
but we got to get to that.
We're waiting. Yeah,
sorry, we have to go through it chronologically, but let's just say let's just say it starts with going after their ability to earn a living, right? So they wanted him blacklisting, and they wanted him to not have the ability to earn money, which he's cleaning up right now, outing them. And yeah, it's the oldest profession, Sir Gods. It's the oldest profession. Basically, she's whoring out in the media anyway, so you might as well do it with actual skin in the game. And that's the point, though. That's what I was getting towards, is just like, I don't know if they ever got to physical violence with Cabrutos, but yeah, it does get ramped up. Oh yeah. Hold on. For research,
science.
God damn you. You do that, and I'll go to the next one. Well, and like we were talking about, Grums, the reason they're mad at him is the fact that he is outing these community managers and devs, and that all led to. I'm still not sure about this one. Is Helldivers woke? Is it woke? Well, if you ask the community manager, if you haven't even been able to play it, scrub,
that's what I meant. You didn't actually have to spit in the wound.
I know. I'm going to pour salt in it for freedom. No, this is, I think, a lie, and this is only because this community manager thinks that just because there's black people and gay people that made the game, it means it's woke. It's not. And if anything, this would be a victory to them to be like, see, we can make good things when we are not completely captured by ideology. So I think this is just, and again, it's that same tired shit of saying that we don't get the satire. We do. And I think also they tried to swing it like us, like we were complaining that anyone that actually made homophobic comments was banned. It was like, no. I think the swing of this is that, one, she's falsely trying to say the game is woke when it's not. Otherwise, we'd have trans flags in it right now. And, there'd be a super Earth Trump president analogy or something. It's not. It's more of a timeless Super Troopers type political satire. But also, I think a lot of people would just remember when they said that some people are taking the satire too far. Well, I think that's what they were banning people over, and then calling them bigots and all that. When that's just they're just playing into the satire that you yourself put into the game. The gay dude running X-Men 97 is doing okay. The gay dude is fired. He got fired. No. I mean, I don't know if you're joking or not. Unless another gay dude came in.
Yeah, I don't know where I saw it. It might have been IGN. I'll look real quick.
Did another gay dude take over?
Well, there's a picture of what I assume to be a gentleman. I don't want to outspeak. And this person has lots of colors in their hair. And I believe they're the voice actor for Morph.
Oh,
take a look.
Shit. Okay, yeah. And John, yeah, we're about to get to that too, because that's a common theme. Did they switch it up? Did they go? That'd be funny. Well, that's the problem mostly of most of these community managers, right? Is that they, just like a mainstream like the news or whatever, they frame things in narrative and they gaslight. You don't want that. And yeah, I do believe it's a pre-workout. So the guy that voices Morph is the new showrunner. It's the interim showrunner. That will be interesting. I will wait for that. I think calling for a boycott might be doomed to failure if we don't buy it. Now, technically, and I guess we should find out the difference. He didn't call for a boycott. He called for a moratorium, which just means just for a little bit, because I guess a boycott could go on forever. Personally, I have so many games in my back catalog, and I know Mr.Techrat has more games. Even if you took 2 years off, he still wouldn't finish all the goddamn games that I've yelled at him to play. But speaking of games, and this is just goes to another Western influence that's being denied by the East. Visions of Mana producer refuses to change the series identity for Western audiences. So again, this is what you need. And I saw a lot of people in the comments on this one talking about like, oh, I played this as a kid. I'm so glad you're not messing with it. And the guy even says, I hope new generations play this, enjoy it, and show it to their kids so that they can play this and older ones. So this is what needs to happen. Like, I actually think it needs to be a combination of things. It needs to be a moratorium on the super obvious ones, and then like the ones that are like, for lack of a better, the good virtue signaling. I don't know, like the ones that are saying like, hey, we see it and we're not going to capitulate. Maybe fund those people. I don't know. Can't just be fucking don't buy them, because I think I said when in the chat, that's going to be very not sustainable. People are still going to buy games. We have to be more discerning with our games, and certainly the no pre-order thing. That 100%. We should have all learned that lesson a long time ago. No pre-orders, ever.
Hey, I sent you the link in the private chat.
Oh yeah, we have that.
Yeah, I don't know how well. I was gonna say I don't know how well you can open that up and.
Yeah, I will check that out.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that after Fallout and all that. But yeah, that is interesting. They immediately just gave it to someone else. Like, hey, you're gay. Who's gay? And just everyone raised their hand. They're like, shit, who's gay and knows X-Men? And like the one guy, okay,
who's got the most hair color?
You're the one. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. There's plenty of comics. I got a whole backlog. I've only read like that bookshelf and like part of that top one, but I'm still going through the other ones. Some of those omnibuses, and then I got a whole nother one right here I got to get through. So yeah. Shout out. Yep. Like I said, we're on the road to Jesus, can't even speak. 3,000. Okay. So this video actually did really good this week. Shout out to the games journalist Nerd Wars. But this, at least for a while, did better than the Gary video. His, he basically did a reframe of Gamergate and connected it to the first one and just showed exactly what that first Gamergate was. And, essentially how it's not even Gamergate 2. This has all just been the same thing. One long cover for DEI agenda in games and blaming it on us. But that, thankfully, everyone is onto their game to the point where Az and all of them are calling it Lamergate. Yeah.
I would love to do this. This would be fun. Also,
how do they do it without getting copyright? I guess Mahler, he's explained it. They do it like they reverse the screen and they offset it or something.
Yeah. You can tweak some of the stuff where you can trick the robots. Does anybody in the chat remember when you could go on Xbox 360, I believe, Netflix, and Party View?
Yeah, they had some good features there for a while.
What's going on, Nerd Wars?
Look at that, and there's our
you
doing his job.
Name, and there he was.
His job. Yeah. By the way, if I could, I would get away with it. I would totally do a mystery science type of thing where you talk about movies. But yeah, shout out to the gaming journalist who, of course, will be streaming tomorrow morning with me. 3 hours. We're gonna go 3 hours grifting on all the things. Actually, we're gonna spend most of that time where he's gonna be giving us, thank God, a review of movies which he should have seen decades ago. And I'm actually really excited. I can't wait to see what he thought of Conan. I can't wait. I think he should have by now seen Back to the Future, because I think Hypnotic fired him again. So he better have seen Back to the Future 2. Ooh. Pretty sure. Yeah. Fuck. By the way, he was gonna watch that on his own. He liked the first one. So shout out to Nerd Wars. Yeah. See, he's making that's why we love him. That's why we love him. That's weaponized autism. Make the hate easy for the community. Okay. Good. Good. Now, speaking of making the hate easy, we're going to talk about this quick, and then I don't think we're going to mention him ever again. He's going to fade into obscurity. Jonathan Majors, who, of course, was one of my first videos where I pissed everyone off doing the Victor Timely impersonation. And like, everyone was like, why are you talking like that? And then 2 or 3 people were like, he's doing Victor Timely. That was one of my first viral videos when we first started. Fun shit. But yeah, so basically through all of this, he's just getting counseling, which honestly, for the actual thing he was convicted for, it really did seem like she was the aggressor, even though through discovery and like all the things you heard, it seems like there were plenty of times where he did do messed up shit. It's just
right. It was a toxic relationship.
You gotta get him for the correct thing. Specificity, it matters. Either way, goodbye. Oh, and I don't know about you. Maximus in the Fallout show definitely looks like Jonathan Majors in certain, like they have the same.
It's like him and Cuba Gooding had a baby.
Slightly, although better acting than Jonathan Majors. There, I said it. So goodbye, Jonathan. We hardly knew you. We have our own Jonathan. Sorry, we have our own Jonathans here in the chat. We don't need any more. One thing we also don't need any more of. We're getting through this because I can feel the buzz to just talk about the fall of Out. But yet again, a Star Wars game I don't think anyone really wants, with the protagonist no one wants. In addition to the uglified character, which is coming up in a second, Shauna Jones, yet another community manager that says you can't be racist against white people, white men, bad, blah, 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 blah. Do you have any interest in this whatsoever? Racism from his community manager aside, do you have any interest in this?
No, only because it feels like a weaker Cal situation. I'd rather go back and play.
To me, it seems like female Han Solo.
Yeah.
No,
that's
I don't
cool,
want
man.
that.
You know, hey, it's for someone. Let them enjoy a good game because they can't enjoy a game that's just regular entertainment. Whatever.
I think it's for the mythical modern audience, and it's going to not make a lot of money, and it's going to be on Game Pass
it'll be
very
our
soon.
fault.
Very, very soon. And it will be filled with well, because that's a straight white male. And even if they did Han Solo, who wants to play a Han Solo game when we know exactly what happens to him in the sequel trilogy?
Oh no, mate, it'll be a different take on the story. You could be very interested in what happens.
So I like that. I like that voice. You should do that voice more. Something that you won't be doing anymore. And this is, I think that it's funny that they're trying to fact check this. The Rock basically came out and said he regrets.
He said it. Yeah.
He regrets. I regret endorsing Joe Biden. It led to a lot of division. And now they're trying to fact. He's like, he didn't say that.
He said it is a huge mistake.
He said it was a huge mistake to endorse anyone, not that it was specifically Joe. And it's like, okay. The point is, this is one celebrity that for whatever reason is saying it was a boo-boo to endorse anyone politically, and he's going to keep that to himself. And I think if every NPC celeb got that update into their system, everything would go a lot smoother. No? Unless you want us to keep going, because I can't take. I think Reacher needs to get that update to maybe not talk about politics on social media. I think that would be great.
I have an awkward reasoning for that voice, and no, it was not that.
Yeah. Speaking of awkward, because I know you had much more hate for this than I did, even though I had a lot of hate for it. What do you think about Albert Kim fucking bouncing out on The Last Airbender?
It's messed up because I wonder the reasons exactly why the original showrunners left, like the creators,
I could fucking guess the reasons they left for all the dumb shit they left out. Yeah. And
then so imagine making them leave, not saying that it was, this person's fault, but and then just going, I'm gonna go do something else. I'm gonna leave this ship to go to a sinking ship.
Well, and of course he acts like, oh, well, they did that all on their own. Left out the part where it was like, after I had the clout and decided to do a bunch of shit that they didn't want me to do. Yeah, I just think that's funny. And I guess it's just going to be continued on by the second in commands. I don't know.
Yay. For what should be my favorite season. Hey.
So again, everyone involved in Star Wars Outlaws seemed to be involved in some goofy shit. We're gonna rapid fire a couple of these because okay, you ready? You ready? Because I care not about all of them, but unfortunately, so boom. First, former Riot Games, or actually, wait, we gotta talk about this again. The Fortnite guy, racist. I almost confused these two. Evan Kinsey, latest one. They all have the same narrative, the same you can't be racist to white people, white men bad, patriarchy. They all say it in the same, it's like the same tweets. I can't quite decide what that is.
It's like saying you can't be sexist against men.
And they all say it. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah. By the way, if you listen to some of the calls in Hollywood, you totally can be sexist to men. Shout out Terry Crews and Brendan Fraser and a bunch of other motherfuckers that we're taking advantage of. Okay. And speaking of taking advantage of, this was the other one. And I just thought this was funny. Obviously, we never got to go to Galactic Star Cruiser. I sort of wish we did. But it's like just a meme on it. But of course, we didn't have the money and they weren't giving it out for free. But Disney is basically blaming Florida and the fact that they were too busy. They blamed it a couple different. First, they said they didn't think people understood. Then they blamed one of the reasons is they weren't able to do things because they were too busy with Florida and the tax and Ron DeSantis, blah, blah, blah. They basically tried to blame everyone for the fact, except for the truth of just that they didn't have anything with prequel or original trilogy and no one gave a shit. No. So yeah, blame Florida. Right.
I'd rather blame Florida over Canada.
Don't do math. Yeah. My brain hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Even just that quick one. Yes, that is no, it's even less now because it's
less.
Hold on. I'll check it. We'll do it live. Hold on. Make me do it math live. Yeah, it's 12 away. 12 away.
If you all told a friend today to subscribe.
Yeah, but everyone here is subscribed.
And they don't have other friends that aren't here.
Here has already liked and subscribed. Bro, it really is. And when I was talking to my very cute accountant, I was like, yeah, explain that to me like I'm 5. And she thought I was joking. And I said, no. Explain that to me like I'm 5. It was IRAs and investing shit. But still. Okay. Let's get through. This is the moratorium that we got to with
watch
Mr.
more
Mock
movies,
Kern.
Nerd Wars.
He's getting there.
Get more friends.
Yeah. So this story comes up a couple of times, but yes, they're trying to change Lara Croft. They're trying to change her. They're trying to stop her from being a Tomb Raider, to apologize. It's another revisionist history shit. There's no more Indiana Jones, no more Tomb Raider. I don't know why you would call her a Tomb Raider if you're not even going to have her raiding tombs anymore. Even if it was raiding tombs for noble reasons. Now she's some sort of fucking truth seeker. I don't know. Why don't you join the Assassins?
Liberator.
Yeah. Okay. So that led to Grum's 3 years. Don't buy any games, which I really have no problem
2 years.
Following. Like I said, 2 years. I could do 2 years standing on my head.
Yeah. We have many things to do.
Something I can't do easily, even if it's been a dry spell. This wouldn't even be a proud fap. You ready for your protagonist? By the way, this is what the character is based on. How did we get from that to that? You explain that to me? Yeah. This isn't a Wookiee co-pilot. This your protagonist. Hold on. We all have friends. We are all each other's friends. What are you talking about?
I made a joke.
My friends. I stream with my friends, the heroes.
I bullied the chat, even though I love them.
Don't you ever disrespect the chat. Don't you ever disrespect the chat.
I bully because I love, right?
Yeah. Goo 3K. Thank you. That's what I do every night. I cross all my appendages, even the ones that would be impressive to a camera. All right. So, and by the way, I have found out and looked, whatever. She is apparently identifies as queer, and all of the characters she plays is queer. Well, it just goes to like, pattern recognition. And like, can you guess what kind of protagonist character we're going to get? Like, we're literally going to get probably dick swinging female Han Solo. And that's all
kinda
right.
looks like Eddie from Stranger Things.
That's all right. Well, and also the dude from Warriors
Yeah,
come
yeah.
out to play. Yeah, and shout
Yeah.
out to this is a Hypnotic posted this one. Yeah, I don't
So why even model it after someone?
get it. I don't get it. They did the same thing to the chick from The Witcher. It's just well, I get why they do it, right? But like even unrealistic, like damn, it's not like she's the hottest chick. How is that unrealistic?
Because you're supposed to like the character for the choices they make and the cool actions that they partake in instead of what they look like.
You know who I like for all the reasons. I'm gonna simp. Simping engaged, but not the way you think. Henry Cavill, who the only other movie I'm really looking forward to, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Had no idea what in the Gray is. I still have to learn about that. And of course, Highlander. And the reason for that is Henry, as we'll find out. I think he said for both good and bad, I like all the Highlander, and he even watches the TV show. And even I think the TV show is like a bridge too far. So that just shows you he is a hardcore fan of the shit that he's in. Yeah, he's going for it. But what I like about this is his sword fighting is impressive in The Witcher. It's like the only good thing about The Witcher. And he says, if you like that, you ain't seen nothing yet. And I actually believe it. Just like Hayden Christensen with the lightsaber, certain people that are just natural take to it behind the scenes. And Henry, I love it. Plus, I always say, I love when that one journalist tried to get him to call us toxic. And he was like, nah, I don't see that as toxic. I just see that as passion. And it's a fan's right to express that passion. I was like, there you go.
Yep.
I really actually, because we're getting that Aegon Conqueror series that apparently no one that actually knows about it wants, but all the normies want. Yeah, I want it because it sounds cool. And Henry, I guess we can't cast Henry and everything, but he's going to be too busy with that Warhammer, which,
again,
boy,
I know nothing about, and I'm excited for.
Yeah, that could be 50-50. Sorry.
100%.
Look, here's the thing. And I bet you they'll be honest. Every man is gay for some man at some point. Some other actor. There's some dude that'll be like, who are you gay for? And they'll say it. All right. I respect and like Henry for all the things. He's yet to do something to really piss me off. And yeah, he's one. The man missed the call that he was Superman because he was in a fucking World of Warcraft raid. And if you know how hard it is to time a raid and then you turn away from the computer for 1 second, you wipe the whole party. Yeah, I'm glad he ignored that phone call. Yeah, bro. I really hope too. And Problematic John, if I missed it, he normally says it, but it is true. Problematic white guy. I'm gonna call him Problematic John. Conjunction. It's gonna be hard to do Highlander without Queen. That being said, they haven't said they're not gonna have Queen music in it. But yeah. Okay. Thank you. See, that's what a truly heterosexual man who's confident will tell you. Straight as fuck, okay? The man's an Adonis. He hits every fucking note. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
It's like nerd and jock hybrid.
And everyone that says he has tiny arms, oh, you jelly motherfuckers. Yeah. You know he doesn't have to stop it. Like, you wouldn't take that trade in a second and then fucking crush everything. Stop it. Get out of here. Speaking, this sort of, I did not mean to, but speaking of Henry Cavill crushing things, he did date Gina for a while. So you want to talk about fucking winning at life? Do you realize that he had, with respect, he had relations with Gina? She might be watching. I don't want to be crude. Sorry. You never know. He had relations.
Sit down.
And he was Superman. You never know. That's one thing you never actually know who's watching at some point. That's the thing. At least that first one, you gotta, yeah. Hey Gina, go on the channels. See, everyone, like, I love Anna, that Star Wars girl, with every time she's like, oh, take my everything away. Like, her body shuts down, her cervix or whatever. I'm trying to think. She says a couple of different keywords, but every time, okay. Gina Carano, they're basically trying to deny, Disney's trying to deny Gina's lawsuit and doing the same thing, saying that basically they're allowed to fire her because of what she said. And then this gets responded to by Legal Mindset. But that's the point of the lawsuit, is that you had the whole thing is she supposedly violated some sort of morality clause, but
By
based on
saying
that
make
morality
up
clause,
shit.
right? Yeah, by saying really, which is even that what she said is taking under a horrible
Yeah.
interpretation. But I mean, shout out Hypnotic watches the show even if he doesn't say hi. So yeah, he definitely Drunk 3PO. I actually still don't think Drunk 3PO knows who I am, even though I stream with Nerd Wars for weeks now and have been on open bar. I still don't think they know who I am. That's all right. Sweet, beautiful Jay will be on the channel one day to
You have planted your seed. Just water it. Relax.
be careful with talking about me planting my seed in things.
After talking about Henry.
Yeah, I do. I do love G. No, so the whole point is though, Pedro Pascal said far worse things, so he would have violated it too, and they treated him completely different and blah blah blah. They, and again, legal pointed this out. They just don't want this.
Drunk 3PO has seen you.
Probably.
Yeah. So there you go.
Probably. I mean, he's read my name, but again, he can canonically, just for the record, canonically. Him and Beardo could not say it. I was late. I couldn't watch the entire Geeks and Gamers in the morning. And then they got caught on canonically. And it was painful. Jay was a school teacher. That's what I don't get. Hold on.
Someone put him in charge.
Hold on. Let him cook. Badger Rights fan by Henry.
Hear him out.
I mean, yeah. I wouldn't kick either of them out of bed. All right, we're getting close to the end here, and I got a feeling. It's a tough one, but you know what? You got to try every cookie once. Speaking of, that's not a good segue, but Melanie Mac, she wants basically Square Enix gone for what they're doing to Lara, the complete reframing of like we went from uglifying her
character down so many times each time.
She's not even she's basically a colonial apologist. I don't know. It's really painful, and so I'm for sure. Oh, now see, that's offensive. I am the big spoon a lot of times, even with an Amazon at one point. That's not a copyrighted name. I can say it. All right, Melanie. God bless her. She is fun with her trying to think. Her London slang for cigarettes, her British slang for cigarettes.
Bundle of sticks.
Or sausage balls. Yeah, I'm the representation. I said that's the only way I get work. They came by with that survey, and I was just like, queer. That covers everything, right? I can go in any bathroom. I can do whatever I want now. I can say I can offend anyone, right? I'm part of the group.
As a 300-pound Asian woman.
I'm joking, but like that really, I think part of the D-Files when they were talking about the voluntary surveys that they go around in the writer's room. Tell Leon I said hi. Speaking of going from one gay to another. He better get his Jesus costume ready. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, there's nothing wrong with death by Snoo Snoo. Nothing wrong with death by Snoo Snoo.
You got a better shot of that Amazon watching this stream before Gina.
Oh, but yeah, no, that was the other thing is the people identifying as queer shot up like by a noticeable percentage afterwards. Because yeah, it's a golden ticket. You could write and they won't question you, and it really is a catch-all. So, all right, almost through with this. This one, like, aside from the fact of who is involved with it, it didn't make me not happy. Like this live action R-rated Last Ronin, that sounds like it could be dope. I'm not a fan of Walter Hamada because famously he was one of the big reasons why the DC, Warner Brothers DC failed. I mean, Zack Snyder creative decisions aside. Do you know anything about this Last Ronin?
I'm sorry. Are you looking up Botox? Is that why that's popping up as an ad? No, I haven't read it, and I want to.
No, do I need it?
No, you look fine. You look like you're aging like a human's supposed to.
There you go.
I don't know. The fact that he's tied to it doesn't bother me yet. We're trying to give people chances and shit.
Bro, but okay. You don't see them making the movie dark. It's R-rated.
It's rated R.
Yeah, maybe they mean soft R. Like Deadpool's going to be R-rated for Disney, but is it going to be R-rated or is it going to be R-rated? Like,
You're just gonna say some bad shit.
it's going to be a couple of things. At one point, April was going to fuck rough. Do turtles have dicks?
Turtle dick?
I mean, do you think they have like a windy thing, or do they actually have turtle cock? I'm sure there's a Rule 34 that will answer this question. It's an entire line of job. This is rather prescient, except the thing that's going to bomb, unfortunately. Another one bites the dust. Capcom. And they tried to spin this. Another one, I did do a video. They tried to spin it a little bit. But they do and have localizers that, while some localizers were sneaking into it, they intentionally are allowing / having their Western localizers change things to be culturally sensitive and have inclusive narrative storytelling in their games. And
Because
of course, it's the litany
people are
of them.
punks and bitches.
Yeah, because that's what's, and you keep seeing this. How can they ignore? It's one thing that there are already like maybe quests or thing in your games that are set, but all the extra shit and all the localization and the adaptation, how are they still going forward on that? I don't get it.
People keep paying them. People keep giving them money to do more crap.
Well, thankfully, more and more people are aware of it. More and more people covering it out, like Mark Kern, and that's what we talked about. That they've escalated to now. Even if he classifies this as a joke, Ryan Easby, where he's starting the fund to kick Mark Kern in the balls, and then a bunch of people co-signed this, and we're like, yep. Which, if this was even as a joke, I mean, we saw the joke when Mark did that thing on April Fool's Day to Lisa Mercanti, right? And we saw how they lost their fucking shit, and so now this, I do not think joke, but Turtle Cock. That was my rapper name. Yo, welcome to the stage, Turtle Cock. Mom spaghetti. All right, this is the last thing. The last samurai. CinemaCon was going. Hold on, let's see. I Google if turtles have dicks, but gosh knows what will start showing up there. So yeah, I guess if you next time when we're doing the stream, if you see a bunch of ads for turtle dick lotion or something, you know that I ended up, I caved and I looked it up. No, but let's get into this real quick. Deadpool. We learned this from CinemaCon because that's going on in Vegas. Not much up. It's basically a bunch of poor movie theater owners, which were like, what do you got? Because we're dying here. So aside from re-releasing like Star Wars and all the Spider-Man movies and whatever else we can bribe them into releasing, Deadpool's coming out this year.
God.
I don't know about Capcom.
If your safe search is off, please do not search, do turtles have a penis? Because it brought up
searching anything.
It brought up the rule, and it's Ninja Turtles. It's only Ninja Turtles.
See, that's the thing. Is like we all try and we don't say this and we say this. It's so random. What the hell is popular anyway? With the algorithm, because sometimes the algorithm cares and sometimes it doesn't. So basically, Wade's going to show up and he's going to prune. Yes, his time travel in the second movie is what got them on the list. He gets his suit, and Wolverine gets suits from the TVA tailor. And it looks like he's trying to recreate that sacred timeline, which I still have not. I've not watched the second season of Loki.
Nor have I.
But I know at the end, Loki gets control of the TVA. And
Okay,
he's basically
let's mystery science that bitch.
Sure. We can do streams. I'll do a late night stream and then unlist it immediately of us watching, but with like a timer and shit like that. Sure. When Black Widow. Yeah. Okay. So this one is the Thunderbolts is coming out. Bucky is gone very quickly, apparently. And the Thunderbolts with that asterisk is apparently in the title. And for whatever reason, they're not going to talk about it. Kevin Feige says, yes, you'll notice the asterisk on Thunderbolts. This is the official title of Thunderbolts, and we won't talk more about that until after the movie comes out. I don't want to talk about it before the movie comes out. Who cares?
It's a weird way to like create a buzz.
It's a weird way to do it, and then like a passive aggressive fucking, yeah, it's there. We're going to talk about it.
Don't even ask.
All right. And yeah, so that was the thing about the costumes. And then apparently one of the lines is what's with the suit? The X-Men make you wear it? Those sons of fucking bitches. Friends don't make friends leave the house looking like they fight crime for the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
So it's like, yeah, in Ryan Reynolds' voice, done funny. Okay. All right. The movie has
this
been
was
shooting
sad.
forever. It's like 8 months of filming at this point, but yeah, because it's completely all right to recast William Hurt.
You're right, because he's a white.
Yeah, and yes, we know they recast Rhodey, but that was in the olden days, and that was over money. So yeah, he doesn't have his mustache, and apparently he's told lose the mustache or lose the election, blah blah blah. He's going to be having Black Captain Falcon America to remake the Avengers, which, if we think about the people he has available, is a pathetic Avengers. And speaking of the only other thing we learned, I feel so bad for these movie theater owners, is that the Fantastic Four is going to be in IMAX. Could be shot in IMAX entirely, so it'll look good in its retro futuristic fuckery.
When's the last time you went to an IMAX?
Oh, it's been so long, and honestly, if there was one near me, I would have gone for
Dune.
For Dune, 100%. And honestly, if I can, I would love to see Dune once more, because honestly, I think that's the best thing I've seen in the theaters. But yeah.
Well, I will look up a gay date for us.
How dare you? I don't even. What if they're still playing in IMAX? That's the thing.
They got Civil War.
All right.
Kingdom of
Finally,
Planet of the Apes.
Those were all the videos for the week. We can talk about the thing. We can talk about the thing. Fallout. Long anticipated, much maligned. I was right about a lot of shit. I was wrong about some shit.
You heard it here, people.
I'm all over the place with this thing. I can't tell what the general reaction is. Even I was in the Fallout subreddit. They're all over the place. Mr.Techrat, what did you think of Fallout? Just give me because we really haven't talked about this at all. We have, but not in any super detail.
We shared a couple of messages.
Try and stay spoiler free for a couple of the big things. Chat, who here has seen the Fallout show? How much of it has he seen? Go, Mr. Techrat. What did you think of what you saw overall?
The show loosely feels, not Lucy, like Fallout 3, but just set in California with the, events. Fallout
3 is not set in California. He's saying it feels like Fallout 3 set in California.
However, set in California. Yeah. It's cool. The characters got this task and they go out. And as they go out on this task, they start running into other situations like you do in the game. There was a lot of things that felt okay with no spoilers. They show in the trailer the the gulper.
Yeah.
Okay, that whole scene is like it's a quest. That's something you would do in a game. So I liked a lot of it.
Oh, the whole show,
just a lot of the narration
watching it again is patterned. All the characters are patterned after. There's a lot of gameplay mechanics that are expressed through the characters, and the world and everything they do is like, oh, this is a quest. See, here's the thing. I understand what you're saying, but go watch the trailers for Fallout 4 and all that. Like, that's the current way they're looking. And this also takes place in the most recent year. It's like 2296. So it's like 9 years after Fallout 4. If this was in the Fallout 3 time period, I would say put film grain on it, put more of a green tint filter on it.
It's be dirtier.
But that's just the pop they're going for. And yeah, I didn't like the trailer either. Although that being said, a lot of the scenes, some of those scenes were just as goofy as when I watched it in the show. Some of the dialogue is horrible. It's not perfect, but yeah, let's talk about the good shit. The good shit is it looks like the Fallout world. It does look like the Fallout world. It feels like the Fallout world. It was so
Tell me
much
you didn't sing every song.
You can't. Well, that's a whole other thing. You can't even call it key jangling. It was so completely there.
Yeah.
God, and I've struggled whether, am I enjoying this? Because when I think back, a lot of the characters I didn't like for most of the episodes until the very end. And I think a lot of that is just due to tone and people and shift in who was writing the character. It's not that they were badly performed characters. This is definitely not a Halo. So I think it's worth
agree.
watching, if nothing else. And yes, I capitulate that a lot of this might be this is the 2024 version of like, well, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. It doesn't shit on the games and it doesn't shit on the lore. I don't think so. I was trying to look and see, like, I didn't notice any huge lore inconsistencies. I saw a couple of things that I already knew from deep diving into like the Fallout wiki and like all the things in game, all the, you know, like the lore tapes and things like that. And like even the original Bible, the Chris Avalon Fallout Bible. So I was like, okay, they went and confirmed with a lot of things. There was just a couple of little things they expanded on, which to me just sounds like, oh, so this is the plot of Fallout 5. Okay, we can talk about this, I think. So at some point in one of the episodes, one of the characters, there's flashbacks to before the bombs go off with one of the characters. And someone does say that, oh, they just call me a communism because I'm not crazy. Yes, I understand. And this is full on pattern recognition. And this is, and down upwards, maybe you understand. The way I took that was, though, if you put this in this show and the video games even a decade ago, you wouldn't have thought that, because communism and propaganda and that's all there in the lore and the satire. And the government would have called anyone, especially someone dissenting against Vault-Tec, a communist just because it turned them off. And we find out that character isn't actually a communist, I don't think, especially when you see who that. I can't do it because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But yes, it's one of those lines where, boy, it can be taken that way, but I don't think that's how it was meant in the context of the show. But with 2024 politics, I definitely, yeah. My fucking alert went off too, but then I had another part of me went like, well, calm down. She meant it in a certain context. It's an issue. It's an issue. So broadly, it does start like a video game. Lucy is in the vault 33, and she's with her father. With her father, they have a good relationship. Is it like me trying to explain it, or me like, because I don't even remember who I am anymore before the pattern recognition got its teeth into me?
I'm just happy that you like something.
I hope. Yeah, and there is a they. I'm not saying it's free of sin at all. They had to get some of the casting, so we'll get to there. But real quick, her and her father, and the father character is another one. It's like they couldn't fucking help themselves with this. They couldn't help themselves. Thinking that gets more towards the end.
A bit of a piece of shit, if you will.
Right.
You already know.
I think we're all that's the other thing, is we are all hypersensitive to it. So now even when we do traditional
you question it.
Storytelling, it's amazing.
He's stuttering it out because he can't.
Even when we have traditional storytelling or political, like classical things, we can think it's okay. So when we get to the Brotherhood of Steel, is when I start having problems. They get leeway because there's a bunch of different chapters. There's an East Coast and a West Coast now. There's differences of them between the decades. Some are more monastic and more by the book. Some are. The basic tenet of the Brotherhood of Steel is that they should only be concerned with finding and preserving technology from everyone and holding on to it to themselves. They are technology hoarders.
You would think that would be right up my alley, but fuck these guys.
Yeah, because inevitably that ends up to taking technology that could be used for good away. And that's where they start to come into conflict, at least in the modern Fallout times, with the NCR, New California Republic, who is, of course, going around trying to rebuild their republic. And, well, it sort of helps to have technology, and you can't do it if there's a bunch of culty, like, they were at one point the American military, or at least a significant portion of it. But and so now they have this monastic group where they have scribes and squires and knights and paladins and all of this. They went a little hard into that, a little hard into the corrupt Catholic Church analogy, I think, personally. Yeah. I love the power armor, and
of course you do.
When it shows up, this apparently is not supposed to be the Prindwin, which is destroyed in Fallout 4, unless we're now not sure what the canon. I don't know. Pretty sure it gets destroyed no matter what you decide on that. But either way, this is apparently called the Kresnian. Either way, it's supposed to be a different name. So that shows up and drops off a bunch of the T-60s, which Again, they've sort of retconned because they probably should have dropped off T-51Bs because the T-60 was only, well, they did sort of retcon it, and I guess they sort of retconned it. I know. What are you going to do? So now, canonically, the T-60s are mass-produced, and everyone has them, and they do a bunch of in-jokes about tempered lining and shit like that. And yes, this... I don't care about this spoiler, but fuck you. This one ended up being Michael Rappaport, who, thank God, is out of the series pretty quickly. In no way did he act. That was my other problem. Is in no way did he act like a Brotherhood of Steel Knight.
To that suit other than an accident, you know?
Yeah. So let's and we'll leave it at there. At the end of that, and then you'll see what happens. Our boy Maximus ends up taking the suit and pretending to be a knight for most of the show. So it's Lucy, whose father gets kidnapped, going out searching after him, which, yes, it's basically the plot of Fallout 3. And then very quickly in that first episode, you also find out that their water purification chip is damaged, and that they got like 2 months.
Hey-o.
I see him. He can wait. They got like 2 months. You son of a bitch. Hi. Oh, and he upgrades to $5. He didn't $1.99. He didn't $1.99 me.
No,
we
you
don't have
almost
a number
buy
thing.
a lunch.
Welcome to the 5. Yeah, well, once Mama YouTube, or actually, I'm not sure who's in charge. You can't call him Mama Susan anymore. She's playing Fallout 3. This dude's playing Brotherhood Tactics, basically,
there you go.
And trying to find the relic. So before we talk about the other, we find out that the Enclave, even though we destroyed the Enclave in Fallout 2 and we destroyed the Enclave in Fallout 3, and the what is that, like that oil disc thing that they have, the one that you famously missed that last bobblehead and you didn't get the achievement because you'd have to play the entire thing over.
I have 2 achievements to get.
I think it's Black Rock.
I think so.
Something like that. Oops, State Street Vanguard. Not that one.
No.
So the dude from Lost actually works for the remnants of the Enclave, and he has a blue glowy thing that is the MacGuffin that everyone is chasing for the whole show. Puts it in his neck. Okay, and he escapes with, yes, Dogmeat is in this, and the ghoul, Walter Goggins' character, who will introduce this, he calls him Dogmeat at one point. Dogmeat is like, everyone acts like companions too, sort of switches it up. See, I think so. There's the ghoul. When Lucy goes out, just like a lot of the first games, you go out and you stumble around. She goes to an empty house with the sad scenario, like many times you would see, a family around with some Vault-Tec approved unaliving yourself juice that everyone partook in. There's a lot of scenes like that in Fallout. When you're going around, you see little stories of things that have happened in the past, so they get points for that. Again, the world felt like Fallout.
I saw so many things.
That's why you can't really call it key jangling, because they just accurately adapted the world. They accurately adapted the world.
There
that's what I want to see. I want to see Drunken Friday people showing up, coming together. R2, what you drinking, buddy? I mean, I thought the one that was borderline feral was all right. I'm not sure if they did CGI on the nose removal.
I did kind of like that he shows up like Batman-esque to several people throughout the series so far. Like he's just in the room scaring the shit out of people.
Yeah, he's a force. All right, well, speaking of scaring people, there it is.
Oh.
There's Dane. That's a she. And I was looking at other things. They purposely made this a non-binary character with the little mustache, and in the scene where she's hurting in the infirmary, you can see full-on hairy legs, and like they did that on purpose. So this is an inclusion, non-binary, they/them character in the fucking monastic military order in the future. Where they found testosterone stems for this one, I do not know. But because this makes me think about it. Yeah, let's talk about that. I didn't bring it up. It's not necessary, but okay. There is a lot of DEI casting, virtue signaling. I don't know what you want to call it, but respect to Jack and Jim if he's around there. Yeah, that's the other thing. How do they have these? They do have a lot of stems lying around. It's all right. I understand in the vaults there being DEI casting, i.e., everyone is like a perfect racial balance, gender balance. That makes sense in the vaults because that's very on purpose. when you start getting into the post-apocalypse, especially your military order here, and everyone looks wafy and non-binary and they themmy, and then this is the best friend, it's like, first of all, how is anyone a threat? He's bigger than everyone beating him up and like teasing him, the Maximus character. So that's just right there. But the one that really got me is the Walter Goggins character. Yeah, black wife, mixed race daughter in the 1950s. Because maybe even though it's a retro, right? It's still supposed to be the
retro
50s.
Futuristic.
Racism is alive and well in the fucking Fallout, including all the anti-Chinese racism.
Job and stuff,
so
but they're racist to other people.
The perfect balance of like black female board members is like DEI in 2024 is complaining that 80% or 70 something plus percent are all white men. So how the fuck in the 1950s is there this mostly women, it's really odd. The first birthday party where Walter Goggins' character is performing is just a perfect mix in the audience of white and black, and little white boys putting their head on the shoulders of black dude randomly. It's what is this? What is the relationship going on? Like, it super threw me out of the like maybe go like, all right, well, we know why that was there. And Walter Goggins' wife does play actually a really important role, because not to spoil the whole thing, but she works for Vault-Tec. So it's very key that it is the original flashbacks that I'm talking about is set in an alternate history post World War II in the 1950s that then gets jumped ahead. Obviously, when the bombs fall, it's 2077. But I'm saying
years.
it's a 50s retro-esque. Yeah. No, I know it's 20. My point is though, the social progression, all that sort of, they've locked it. Like it's the same. Go look at the other trailers and the earlier way they're thrown back. It doesn't have 2024 like social progression. For some reason, I think it's because they're at war most of the time. Sorry, I know what you're saying. I meant like the look and feel should be a 50s, but also the social progression is not there yet. Yeah, I'm fine with it afterwards, just not even in the flashbacks. Let's see, what else was there? And Dane, by the way, disappears for most of it.
Yeah.
It's just homeboy. Everyone is chasing the Enclave guy.
Yeah, they're all trying to get the goal, and through it, they learn things about each other. Oh, what an adventure story. You learn about characters. You don't hate them all in the end, but for the most of it, like you said, you do. You question things. But again, when you're playing Fallout, you have the option to be a piece of shit, to be a neutral, or to, be a good person. And it varies based on what you're doing.
Yeah, so the Walter Goggins character, his name is Brett Cooper something, Howard Cooper Howard. But like the Ghoul is who he's called in the because his timeline goes back and forth. It's like, God, a lot of what I like about the thing, I can't talk about it because it's all spoilers, but they add a lot of shit to the lore. So I talked about it briefly. They confirm who dropped the bombs, starting off the actual bomb dropping. So I'll let you guess in the chat who you think that was. Other than that, his plan, Maximus's plan to pretend to be the guy and get the MacGuffin that everyone wants and to earn his glory would have worked if he just changed a couple of things, which makes me wonder. It's making me wonder if he's just naive, stupid, or if that's just bad writing. Yeah, and they also added something that I've never seen in any of the games, and that's that he keeps taking this serum that stops him from going feral. Now I've never, unless this is just a secret that every single Ghoul character has been keeping really well.
We don't know because we ain't one. No,
they've never shown that.
We've never seen like vials in a game or anything like that. I know you go through a lot of the lore in the computers and stuff. I don't. No. I just run through.
Never what's up, West?
Hey.
Yeah, it's no, in the games it's always been ambiguous as to what exactly causes ghoulification. It's not just nuclear radiation. It was always thought it was a combination of FEV, the forced evolutionary virus, and the nuclear, and then also it's like specific combination of chemicals. And then at one point we do see someone is able to make a ghoul using alchemical combinations. So I don't know whether he did that on fucking accident or he actually knew what was up. But no, I have never seen, and whether that's going to be a new canon. That was another thing, because there's a lot of little things that were different, and you can sort of chalk it up to the differences between like gameplay mechanics in games. Like, for example, the power armor and the jetpack. I don't like the jetpack arms and how Iron Man they made it, even though the power armor can obviously be fitted with jetpacks. It's an actual pack, not internalized. And also it's like, man, one fusion core, you were flying all that. Why'd you even have the vertibird? I don't know.
I mean,
why not just fly everyone?
Takes a lot of juice, I assume.
Not apparently in this show. Not apparently in this show.
Not a huge,
that's a gameplay I think.
Not going to mention what and why, but like you shouldn't be able to pull your power core that easily.
Yeah, well, no, someone does at one point, but if you notice, that's because they have the key that does it. So, and they really were supposed to.
Shout out to Johnny Pemberton.
Yeah, no, it didn't look good. Now, a lot of this can be explained is that he's not trained for the armor, and like even in the earlier games, you couldn't even wear power armor without a power armor perk.
Yeah, it looks wonky, but it's also like
shit CGI. It's mentioned he has a fight with the ghoul. Oh, we got to talk about that too. When in his fight in Philly with the ghoul, he mentions like, boy, you must be new the way you're stomping around in that power armor. Like you're not doing it the right way. I found it interesting that they've also changed the way ghouls work, where now they can heal and tank bullets. Where before that, ghouls used to be resistant to diseases, radiation, and they would last a really long time. Giggity. They would live a long time. Right. But you could still shoot them in the chest. They would still have mortal wounds. You could stab them. He got shot a bunch and he just healed up. And then later on, a character also gets ghoulified and he heals up. Yeah, no, it's definitely a different timeline. Yeah. I don't know. Overall, the series, I think I give it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to say 6 out of 10, but see, I think the problem is for just a show and the characters and how interesting it all is. Like, if you didn't know anything about it, I'm wondering what people that don't know anything about, shout out to the 109. I'm wondering what people that don't know anything about Fallout are going to think of it. But me, I appreciated a lot of it just because of all of the video game references. Like, you could clearly tell that the ghoul is using. You can clearly tell that the ghoul is using like a bunch of different, like Gunslinger and Bloody Mess and the Addicted perk.
It does get pretty gross, which I like.
Yeah, it turned me off a little bit to begin with on some scenes where I was like, oh my God. And I think they got a little bit loose with like how much damage they can do to a character and then just try to fix it. It might be a 6 out of 10. Might be a 6 out of 10. I don't know. Might be forever winding.
Over here, flip-flopping.
Well, the problem is that at the very end, they did add something that would be a game changer. So the thing that everyone is chasing is real. I mean, it's not like Pulp Fiction, where at the end he lifts it up and you just never find out what it is. It's real. And if that shows up, that will be a game changer for the Fallout universe, especially in Fallout 5. Yeah, I saw that, but man, Shad, I'm questioning how much of the game Shad has actually played. No offense, Shad. Hey, I didn't say what it was, just that it was not nothing. Yeah, Lucy, you see there's nudity. It's not, none of it's Lucy, unfortunately.
Goosey. Oh, so when we started watching, I saw
fucking facts, by the way. Facts. 7 out of 10. Yeah, if this was back in the day, this would be a 4 out of 10. 100%.
True. But nudity.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, Fallout
you figured
New
it was
Vegas,
going to be just men.
Fallout New Vegas. I understand there is this thing, and for some reason, Fallout New Vegas fans think that Bethesda doesn't like it, or they're somehow trying to change the canon. Fallout New Vegas is canon, and it's referenced in the show. So,
spoiler.
Dare I say we might see New Vegas if it gets a second season. which would mean
here
they
for
would
it.
have to confirm one of the endings.
Ah,
Because that's
Yeah.
still one of those endings where I got like a god level ending to Fallout New Vegas, and I've never been able to recreate it. Because it's one of those things where you can work for both the New California Republic, the NCR, and you can work for Caesar's Legion up to a certain point, and they both think you're working for them, but working for the. You could keep playing both sides up to a certain point, and I somehow was able to do that, and had Mr. House thinking I was working for him. So with the final battle, I had the NCR and the Caesar's Legion wipe each other out, and then Mr. House, I took care of him, and then I had control of Vegas. And so, like,
Just a
I guess what I'm
proper
saying
piece of
is,
shit you are.
I guess what I'm saying is, if in season 2 we do see Vegas and it's run by the Courier, you know that that's my version of the ending. If it's run by Mr. House, then you know they went with like a default version. Either way, I don't know, but yeah, Reinhardt, I all you guys based. Ain't no one showing up that ain't based here. Dog Meat was good. I like Dog Meat.
Yeah.
I had no problem with him. Shout out, something happened. I thought I was gonna riot.
Piece of shit.
I was going to riot, but then they rectified it. Yeah, everything turns into a quest and a side quest. A lot of the dialogue. I will say they need to work on their humor. I did not laugh at one fucking joke that they made, that they tried. I despised their sex jokes. I despised everything about Maximus not knowing how his dick worked, and like the
It's so bad.
literal childish humor. It's like, bro, it's supposed to be a military group. They would have taught you basic biology and shit. I don't know. I think it's going to get a second season. I think it's going to. The guy that was like all strung out on drugs, and you kept seeing him, and like he was trying to unalive himself, and yeah, you see him a couple times. He's the chicken fucker.
The snake
The
oil
chicken-
salesman.
Yeah, the snake oil chicken fucker. He's a couple of different things. Yeah, but there were no Jar Jars.
He's
There were no
the
Jar
cabbage
Jars.
guy.
By the way, and this is the one thing I'll say, I did not feel like playing the Halo games after the Halo TV show, and I did watch the Lord of the Rings, but that was not from inspiration. That was just to cleanse my palate of Rings of Power. I have been playing the Fallout games again, like not just the ones I play all the time, but I've been going back and playing New Vegas, and because thank God on a good PC, they all look really good. They've all been updated to 4K, and yeah, strong vibes. It definitely looks. It's in no way is it as bad as those other ones. Yeah, and I know that's not like a glowing anything, could be better, but like when I give Rings of Power like a 1 out of 10, and I give Halo like a 2 out of 10, I think that's why I feel comfortable. Like, yeah, 6.5. Like you said, 6.5 tomorrow.
Already.
I'll graduate to 6.5 right now while he's in the chat. 7 is too strong. You can't give something a 7 if you dislike most of the characters for most of the time. Especially after the gentleman just showed how much real estate you can have in an hour long. And there's a lot of wasted time in this.
I agree,
did
but it's also still good enough.
I did originally. I have not yet in this one, bro. It took so long just getting Fallout 4 to work in widescreen. Fallout 3 and New Vegas worked perfectly. But thankfully, Nexus Mods still has all the mods that I used to OG mod New Vegas with. So I'm going to have to spend a day putting like 50 mods onto everything. I have to see what new mods for Fallout 3, because I don't think I ever got to play Fallout 3 mod. It's been like a decade since I played Fallout 3. So that's first. Fucking Liam Neeson. Totally forgot that he voiced your dad. I mean, I remember, but like, yeah, it's going to be good. And they're all better modded, but vanillas are still good. And there's high definition packs out, thankfully. Yeah, I know a lot of people. Fallout 4 gets a lot of hate because they have a voice protagonist. I don't mind it.
No, even I had issues with 4, but 3 is godlike, and New Vegas is fantastic.
I think New Vegas gets a lot of love, but then it's got hardcore fans, and you start as not a vault dweller. So I think that is what some people get the rub in, but I don't care. There's plenty of
And
vaults in game.
I don't recall. I think it was New Vegas. Which one had the survival mode first? Was it that or 4?
I know New Vegas had hardcore mode, and
We had to
that's the
drink
one.
water. That's how
Yeah,
I played it
everything.
the first time.
Everything.
It was wild.
And if you die, you can't. Yeah, that's it.
Damn.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Because once
Yeah,
you
I
start,
don't PC games, so I don't know jack shit about the mods and stuff. So we'll get
it
there.
was glory back in the day, and I'm glad it's still good. Modded, and why do you think Skyrim's lasted so long? Aside from the fact that it's a good game on its own, that modability and just improve. Plus, Bethesda's notorious for like the modders fix everything that they've
and play we have.
that they've broken. Hey, you're not supposed to say that we play Fallout 76. The chat will yell it and shame you because it was bad when it launched. And even though it's been like 4 fucking years and it's good now.
Dude,
I mean,
5
good.
better come out with at least a co-op.
76 is just like, it's the only Fallout MMO. It's the Fallout world. They're still updating it. And my character's a beast in that game. I've got a really nice house.
You want to go play after this?
I've been playing it. They just had Atlantic City. They opened up. So instead of just an excursion, they have the open map with quests. Nice. So Atlantic City and the boardwalk, and there's mobsters that own it. Very similar to New Vegas, where the mobsters took over there. So yeah, they're doing things. The whole thing is though, that is like 190 years previous to anything now. So it's a lot of story to go through, and that even in that game, the Brotherhood of Steel is an offshoot that has regressed away from strictly going after technology, and they're trying to be more like police protecting the people of Appalachia. Heard of Tales of Two Wastelands that combine New Vegas and Fallout 3? No, yes, I have. Like it sounds familiar to me of someone trying to do that, but I don't know if that's been done. That sounds bomb. What I also have heard of is that London Fallout that they've been making.
That would be sick.
They've apparently like it's almost fully done. Let me see about that. Yeah, because the for some reason the fans always do it better. We've seen whether it's a TV show adaptation or something else. Oh my God. Yeah. We got 13-minute Fallout London. Hold on. Let me realize I can show the class what I'm talking about. I'm going to Fallout London is an ambitious, trailblazing DLC size mod for Fallout 4. Fallout London stands apart from its contemporaries and offers an entirely new experience, setting a Fallout game outside of the United States. True to its moniker, Fallout London takes place in London. From stuffy parliamentary aristocrats to a resurrection of the Knights of the Round Table. Bro, and with the humor that they do, that sounds fucking dope. To an uncompromising cult of revolutionaries and more, Fallout London embodies the history and aesthetics of London and puts an unmistakably nuclear spin on the beloved city. Yeah, by fucking fans.
Give us a stim pack.
What's all this then, eh? They got a bit of the Reds. A group of hobbyists, industrialists, modders, and game enthusiasts. Yeah, fuck you. See, this is the Iron Age.
Iron Age.
Who needs? That's what I'm saying. I could do that 2-year moratorium on AAA games standing on my head. I'm replaying all the Fallout games again. Bro, I just got all the Deus Ex games, all of them for $9.99 on Steam. So, ain't no excuse. There's plenty of things to play through. That I'm actually looking forward to. I really am looking forward more to that than anything else. Fancy something British? I like a cigarette. What are you calling cigarettes again?
Trying to get him to say it.
I could say it if I want. I'm actually not sure how that works. I think you get one free one.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I'm not. I wish I had like an algorithm button and I could see how close you get to the danger.
Oh, like a sneak meter in a game?
Like fig is my favorite fruit.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with figotry as long as it's fruit related.
Whoa.
Yeah. See, getting careful.
Danger. Easy rod.
Bip cereal and all that sort of rubbish. Yeah, that's these guys have all the fun accents. Oh, I did hear them talking about Civil War. Are you gonna go see that?
I plan to see it. I don't know if I'm gonna go see it, but yes, it'll
No,
probably.
I'm gonna wait, and it sounded like exactly what we thought it was. He's a fucking Trump analogy, and it ends exactly how you would think it ends for him. Thank you, Shad, for spoiling that one.
No.
Oi, you got a license for that super mutant? By the way, we did see a super mutant. I said we didn't see one. We did see one in the beginning.
Oh
when
yeah, you saw his hand.
You saw his hand coming out when the Enclave remnant is experimenting still on Superman.
But like
It
a
depends on which one.
Poppins.
Well, no, it depends.
Sherry Bobbins.
Mary, just a spoonful of sugar, darling. Of course. Depends on which one you do. I like when you do your Jason Statham. He's very raw and proper. He's a Chuck Norris in Northern London, of course.
Oh, dude, Beekeeper.
I haven't seen that yet.
I want to watch it.
Take care, sir. I will.
Adios.
If I ever get that Henry cock, I'll let you know. Sure, it'll give me superpowers. Or maybe
Pleasant dreams
we
of
just be
turtles.
bros and play World of Warcraft while talking about Warhammer. Shout out.
Oh.
Was it close to an order for 40K?
Hello, Governor.
I do like I thought they did the ghoul voices pretty decent in Fallout, both of them. At least when Homeboy was starting to go
yeah.
feral.
I can't even remember his name.
Yeah,
what
no, I heard
his
his
name.
I don't remember his name. We don't speak his name. We don't speak your name.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I heard it's exactly what you think, and he gets dragged out and boomed, and then they take pictures over him, and it's just fucking, it's lefty porn. It's lefty porn. Yeah, I'll watch it probably just for the battle scenes, just to see how good it is. But it's funny. It seems like all the people complaining about it are complaining it didn't go hard enough.
Awkward.
Did I miss anything? Just start. Yeah, we just started an hour and 17 minutes ago. So you just missed us talking about all the videos throughout the week, but you watched all the videos throughout the week. So you don't need to talk about that. And we talked about Fallout, and we're all over the place. We're all over the place with it. I don't know how I feel, other than it's not bad or disrespectful to the lore and setting. It's just some of the characters and story need work. But other than that, nah, you didn't miss anything. What's going on, Trashy Drifter? Good to see you, buddy. We're talking about just briefly that Civil War came out, and they were talking about it on Friday Night Tights, and it seems like it's exactly what we thought. But yeah, it sounds like it's just something to wait for streaming. No offense, like this is what happens when a Brit does a movie about another country's civil war that hasn't actually fucking happened. So like I don't know. Like I like Alex Garland, I guess, but I don't know what they were expecting. Yeah, like it's what it sounds like. It's Nick Offerman is a very obvious Trump analogy, and you can see it in the trailer too. I was like, oh, I bet you that's the ending. I was right. You see it in the trailer. Him get dragged out from behind the Oval Office. Yeah. So I guess that was the idea of having Texas and California be allies. Is that supposed to be the thing that was like, well, that'll never fucking happen. Fine.
Yeah. Not only did you miss Wanker Badger, but you also missed the turn of the he's got a thing for Henry Cavill. That's okay, but you missed it.
I was not the only one in chat saying that they simp for Henry Cavill, and even though they are were very, very straight, you missed Cavill simping. Yeah, there's I always call him. Yeah, that's what it sounded like it was going to be. Civil War is Marxist porn. They better not. But I'll bet you she'll be ugly and queer identifying and melanated and will not be wearing super short cheerleader. She won't be a cheerleader. That's for sure. See? Acknowledging reality isn't simping. Thank you. It's simping though. I do simp. I take it one step, but that's all right. Got to simp for something. Got to simp something. And it would be cliche to do it for anything else. I'll tell you this though. If he fucks up Highlander, that's where I might have issues. But it's still it's too soon to tell. And he's a busy boy. I don't know how the fuck he's doing Warhammer.
You gotta stay busy. You know what that is.
And he's finishing this, and he's doing another one with Guy Ritchie, and he's doing the Highlander. Yeah.
Oh,
and let's not forget, he supposedly is playing a role at some point, whether it's a Wolverine variant in Deadpool or something else.
Okay, but how long could that take? You know, you do that in a weekend, and then you bounce. You go back to your other thing.
You know, I was going to say, like, I would hope that Cavill would have refused to take the helmet off. Like, when they were going to make a joke about Roach, and he said, no, I don't like that. And so he wrote that scene. I was hoping, but he probably, that's literally.
He would take the whole suit off, but leave the helmet on.
I think Erwin pointed this out. I stopped watching Halo season 2 like 4 fucking episodes in. I watched all of Fallout twice because I've now watched it all the way through almost twice. So that alone is like, well, clearly I didn't find it that horrible. Clearly it's making me feel enough things that I'm watching it and sussing it out. So that in and of itself is something.
Awesome.
That's the thing. Henry basically has talked every time I've seen him talk about it. He's apparently been writing this show and he was in his head since he was a kid. So I don't know if that's true. He probably has some things pretty well sussed out. Okay, we'll check it out. Let's see. Carl Urban was awesome as Judge Dredd. It wasn't rewarded. No, although our boy Irwin did watch that. I think he gave it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, me too. I've seen you in the comments on it. I think you and I and a couple other, like the only ones guardedly, tacitly looking forward to it. Just it's dependent on a couple of things. But again, everything I've heard from Henry talk about it, and everything I've heard from Chad Stahelski, the director, who of course did all the John Wick movies, and he's doing the Ghosts of Tsushima movie. I don't know. I think he seems like he might know what he's doing. If he really does like more movies than just some people only like that first Highlander and they disregard all the rest. Henry seems to like all of them, and he watched the TV show. Hey, there's something Erwin doesn't hear much. Good call. I don't know what it was, but good call. Yeah, definitely. I think there's 2 different versions of Highlander. There's Highlander 2, and then there's Highlander 2, the Renegade version, which is like the director's cut. They changed a lot of shit in that second one when they tried to make them like aliens instead of ambiguously immortal.
I don't recall much of those. I'd have to redo it like I did Conan.
I don't blame you. It's one of those things where it's like, I definitely claim the first Highlander. I've not watched that second or the third like in a hot minute. And then the TV show with Duncan MacLeod. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't see that. But yeah, the TV show with fucking Duncan MacLeod. No disrespect to that guy. Was not a fan of his acting and whatever weird accent he had. And so I was never able to get into the TV show. But even Christopher Lambert, he's made some movies with that guy. So it's canon. Like he's the MacLeod family or whatever. Yeah. The big things with Henry's version of Highlander, I want to know is, are they going to have Queen in it? And are they going to go with the fucking their aliens route? Please don't go with their aliens route. Yeah. Yeah, my mom did too for the Queen music primarily. That's what first got introduced to me. And my stepdad liked was big into swords and shit, which, hey, I was already with lightsabers, so was no problem with swords. Yeah, I'm glad I've said that a couple of times and I've never had anyone in the chat, bro, you got to watch the Highlander series. So it's making me feel confident in my decision. That is the vibe I got from it. Very, very soap opera-y. And then like it did one of those things where I tried to fast forward. Yeah. Yeah. Well, is Lambert Belgian? I thought he was French. I guess he is. So he's like he's got the Van Damme thing going on. Yeah. Sean Connery as an Egyptian Spaniard is fun, but You shut your mouth, you. You're just parroting what I said. I'm on to you. Oh, yeah. So you're saying, isn't that the one where he's fighting the guy? I just remembered the movie. It's like they're fighting and the guys that could get the shaved head. Christopher Lambert finally came back. Yeah. I just want them to not be aliens. Just make them immortal and have like some sort of unknown immortal. Because the prize was sort of dope, at least in the first one. Like once you've cut off the last head and you absorb all the last bit of energy, and you basically got like Charles Xavier mind powers. What? Okay, fine. I was gonna say, where's the accuracy? Chat's supposed to always be correct. You're not supposed to question me. Oh, I thought it was Duncan and him. I thought they teamed up.
Jesus.
Look at you. Get that studio under control.
You leave my dog alone.
It was a handoff sequel they didn't take. Yeah, that's the thing. Those handoff sequels, you got to be careful of those handies. Sometimes they just don't work out, and you do more damage than any good.
Giggity.
I just want the sword fight. I want badass swords fights, and it sounds like that's what we're gonna get. And I think they're gonna go also more into the what it would really be like to be immortal for that long, constantly going throughout.
It would suck. I'm pretty sure it would suck.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you had that Act Daniels. That Act Daniels accuracy.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. We'll mute you. Remember, that's what you could do when you hear backgrounds always. You can mute yourself. Jack, look at that. Good. See, that's how I know you're not too far gone, because you're enough to feel shame on your misspellings. Yeah, the rough handy is no button. You gotta lotion up, bro. Gotta lotion up. I don't know. I just want good sword fights. You gotta have Queen music. They can spend the money. If nothing else, save all your effects for the save all your budget for the music budget, and just license out the same. You gotta have at least. You gotta have Princes of the Universe and Who Wants to Live Forever. If you don't have that, I don't know. Those two are pretty important. Not the first time he said that. Gotta make your buddy happy. You know what? I haven't watched it, and I keep seeing it. Papa Badger watched it, and he's kinder than I am. But
my daughter asked me about if you saw it or not.
You didn't think it was horrible? Isn't there supposed to be a female Zorro that also wants to be Zorro, and it's a fight? I don't know. For me, Zorro died once Antonio Banderas. Like that first movie, and then I'm good. Yeah. I believe last I heard, and Bly, I don't know if you've heard this, but they're talking about Michael Fassbender for the Kurgan. Thoughts? Anyone?
Bueller?
Well, I mean, you're the only one that can fucking speak, so you're the one that's supposed to, when I say thoughts, you're supposed to answer.
I got muted because my dog was having a fun time.
You can see you weren't muted. It was a joke. Jesus Christ. I think he can at least handle the fighting, but I don't think that I think he's taller than him. The whole point was that the Kurgan was like Tom Clancy was way taller than Christopher Lambert, like noticeably taller, to the point where they had to even put it in the choreography of the sword fighting. So, and yeah, nothing better to burn out, or it's better to burn out than fade away. Happy Halloween, ladies. To the nuns. Yeah. But see, it depends on if he plays the same Kurgan. Yeah, that's the point. Kurgan was a big ass brute. Fassbender was going to have a different energy. I do like Fassbender. That's like one of my other favorite actors. Fassbender, Cavill, Skarsgård, not Bill. The other one, Stalin. Yeah, good. Oh, Anners. What's up, Anners? Hi. Shout out. Always so nice. She always shows up to Nerd Wars. What's going on? I see we changed our picture, huh? let's see. Maybe Erwin will be up to 70% probability that you are a real live girl. I don't know. Yeah, we were talking about the Highlander remake coming out, and obviously Henry is playing the Christopher Lambert McLeod, and Michael Fassbender possibly as the Kurgan. And yeah, they are. That's the point. Chad Stileski, who of course did all of the John Wick movies, he is doing a Ghost of Tsushima, which is coming out to PC, thankfully. So if you didn't get to play it on PlayStation, which I actually borrowed a friend's PlayStation to play it, 10 out of 10 game. 10 out of 10 game. You shut your mouth. You ain't played it. How would you know? Or have you? Real girl.
Well,
yeah, I know. I believe you.
Now I'm questioning if Anders is a Caucasian or not, because she said, girl.
How dare you? How dare you assume? Maybe she comes from a southern or east city. Maybe she's from a social city.
She just hang out with them.
Yeah. No, I actually really am looking. Those are two video game adaptations I'm looking forward because they look like they might be done well. Basically, I trust Chad Stileski and I trust Henry. So that's Highlander covered. And then with the Ghost movie, he brought it. This guy's
there's nothing wrong with that.
There we go. I remember Chad was on Rogan, and then he brought it up to Rogan, and he knew like the character's name in Ghost, and he like knew the stories. So I don't know. It's always nice when someone that wants to make a project has actually played or knows something about the product. Okay, May. Oh, so next month. Good. Play that shit right now. Right now is a 10 out of 10 game. It's the only like PlayStation talks a lot of shit. It's the only one I'd be like, yeah, you should be. That's bragging rights to have that, but it should be shared with the world. That's why I'm glad PC is finally getting to. It's good, dude. It's the Mongol basically attack, and Japan was one of the only places to hold them off because of their samurai, and so it's about a samurai on an island, and yeah,
Maybe
really
I'll
good.
get to play it soon.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get that PC of yours in working order. You'll get to spread liberty. You get to spread managed democracy, and you'll get to go back and enjoy being a samurai. And yeah, also easily could have been an Assassin's Creed game. Jin Sakai easily could have been an assassin. You could have the story would take no changing whatsoever. All you would have to do to make that an Assassin's Creed game is to say that the Mongols there was a Templar in there, and they were after an artifact. Boom, there you go. And then Jin has a hidden blade, and it would have been there. What do you guys think of the Fall Guy movie with Ryan Gosling? I actually think it looks really good.
Boom, roasted.
For putting on the Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, Erwin. He grifted, but see, the grift came back, and now I got it. Thank you. Yeah, that Spider-Man suit wouldn't have been bad if I could have used my mouse and or seen out of the mask. Like it makes it so you cannot see the mouse whatsoever. I don't know how Spider-Man actually stops crime. If you work on your southern accent, I'm sure you could do a Negan do it for Halloween. Yeah, well, I could. Depends on my southern accent. Difference between like country bumpkin, southern, and like just southern gentleman. Yeah. Negan is just Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
It's just like, Jeffrey Dean Morgan saying shit like, God damn, that's nasty.
Damn is you good. Yeah, I know. It's you know what? I walked back and I was looking, I was like, shit. It's like one completely up.
He had the wonky eye.
Whatever. As his wonky eyebrow is gonna sue me.
No.
Couldn't argue with this body. Yeah, well. Yeah, technically it was half represent. I got to get the Miles Morales so that it could be a half representation.
Are you saying you need a little black in you?
I've got black in me. How dare you? Just going by genetics, not eugenics. Get Erwin excited when you say that word. Spooter badge. Yeah, with great power. I didn't get powers during the eclipse, by the way. I'm sorry.
Comes great complaining.
Good. I'm tired of exclusives. Seriously. Like if you want to do your timed exclusives for 6 months to a year, I don't like that either, but fine. But just let everyone play it. Just let everyone play the shit they want to play on whatever console you want to. Guess what? You're all going away soon.
Yeah.
I got
and crossplay all the things.
one of the videos I'm going to do tomorrow is a guy talking about just how dangerous and wonky it is now to be making AAA. This on top of the boycotts that a lot of people apparently were already boycotting. And yeah, this is not sustainable. All these $70 plus for nothing. Like, bro, remember when every game was $49.99? What happened?
Yeah.
The fuck did we jump?
And then it went to 60 plus DLCs plus fucking paywall for the season passes. And
well, and now I'm hearing that Star Wars Outlaws, if you buy like the biggest thing, it's like $130.
Yeah.
The basic bitch level is $80. What are we doing?
Yeah.
So, and that is on, and then you add in all the DEI agenda on top of it. It's like, well, fucking no wonder it's a collapsed industry. Yeah, but now I question on how much they're actually getting. Like, we know for sure a lot of those, some of them were getting grants, you know, the Sweet Baby Inc. via Baby Ghost, you know, fund, but it's still drying up. It's not the same as it was, but yeah, it's still there. Yeah, I've seen that. And I've also seen it be, God, the turnover rate.
We're not going to need it. We're not going to need it. We're all going to have decent computers because everyone and their mom makes a computer building video on YouTube now. It's super easy to do it or buy pre-built. Yeah,
again, I mean, until I get my Meta PC plug, I got this computer on Amazon for under
I'll
$2,
start working
and
on
it's playing everything just fine.
You don't want a Starforge PC?
Yeah, and that's like most of the games when I've gotten them on super discounted, either on a Steam sale or like on a Game Pass type sale, or just free. A couple of games, like I played Starfield because it was free.
Yeah.
To pay anything for it. So I don't know how the hell they're doing that with Game Pass, but like there's a lot of games that just go straight onto there, and like
that's how I'm playing Battlefield.
There you go. So I have no problem, but then there's some games I don't even want to play if they're so like Saints Row, the Volition one that they went out of business, whatever the newest one. I don't even want to play that for free.
Doesn't exist to me.
Go fuck yourself. Yeah. No. I don't know. Again, that's another one where pattern recognition is everywhere on gaming now. And the more these fuckers open up, I'm like, oh, wow. It's all made by people that hate me, just like the shows. Great.
And they don't want your money. So it's fine. It works out.
Bro.
Hey.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. Especially if you got the PC part of it too.
Especially if you, well, that's the thing, is they sort of have unified it. So it's all, you know. I'm not sure how, because some of them are good and they show up, and I'm not like, I don't get that. But like even when I just got the Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition, it was there free on Game Pass. I just got it because it was like $4.99 through whatever the spring sale is.
Which, when the day comes, you won't own it anyway.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I realize I don't own half of my content, but yeah, are they ever really gonna look? Yes, that's true, but the day that Amazon goes, sorry, we're out of business, is the day that our own Fallout bombs are dropping. Because same thing with Steam. Steam has been around for over 2 decades. I did not think it would when I made my account 20 years ago, but here we go.
I still remember.
So I don't think I'm going to lose contact with it.
Your closet back in the day. It's just like dozens of boxes from your PC game.
When I was a kid, I had just boom, 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 boom. I wish I had kept all of those, even though I don't have a disk drive anymore.
Sick. Oh, did you get an external? You would have been sick.
Thankfully, when I did, I went without a computer for a while. When I did get my computer and I logged back into my ancient Steam, all my games were right there. Yeah, Xbox Game Pass, which is PC and console, but even though they don't always have the same shit.
But like if you have a strong internet connection, you can play on your phone or your iPad. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Verizon Fios. Mine is pretty decent. So
I don't know that world.
I'm able to. I know.
I might as well be
You're-
living on like a Soyuz rocket.
You'll be in the moon.
Just-
You better hope. You're hoping for that Elon. You're hoping for the good money so we can get you Starlink. Because until then,
I'll take
you're
a
in the
robot arm
boondocks.
first.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Someday. Yeah, I keep hearing that. I do. I think there's some games I want, but they're on either Epic Games or whatever. And I've tried to keep it to just Steam. Because, like I said, all of Deus Ex, all the Fallouts. I was going through that Ghostbuster video game, the Fahrenheit, Indigo Prophecy, all the Batman Arkham games. I got Beyond Two Souls with what's her face before she changed, Ellen Page.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm dead naming. There's no Fallout. I mean, there's no YouTube logins that I don't think. If there is, we're fucked. But yeah, Ellen when Ellen was still Ellen. Oh, it's gonna be so sad. Much like other things, so sad. I was gonna say something, but I don't want to blow a topic I might have to make a video about tomorrow.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's just say the winds are a blowing and more celebrities are coming out and they're not exactly endorsing shit like Ellen anymore. The apologies are going to be coming.
The rubber band snap.
Yeah. There's a reason The Rock is saying what he's saying. There's a reason.
I know it's coming, maybe not to an end, but it's slowing down.
It's slowing down, and it's gonna be the celebrities are gonna start noticing when they say shit. The virtue signaling ain't quite hitting the way it used to. Ain't quite hitting. They're not getting that same smack to the veins the way they used to. Poor Mark Ruffalo.
Stronger.
Mark Ruffalo and his chats is getting the reply guys have left, and he's getting more and more people push back, call him lame and gay. Ask when his Hulk movie's coming out. Spoiler never. It's not happening.
No, they'll make a She-Hulk movie first.
Someone said that She-Hulk is supposed to be in one of the Avengers. It's like, stop it.
It's working abound. Did you see the new X-Men comic?
No, and I actually haven't watched the newest episode either.
Yeah, the new X-Men line is like majority of the young females doing their thing with Kamala.
Of course. Of course. Is that the Life of Wolverine one, or is that a different one?
I don't remember the title, but I don't think it's that. Let's see.
I did see it was brought up briefly in the chat with someone else, but people calling Magneto a groomer because when he dated Rogue in 97, she was younger. That's funny.
Let's see.
Yeah, no, I think that's reaching though.
Oh, it's the it says Marvel from the Ashes, a new beginning, NYX. It's the you can guess.
That's thankfully I was always more DC, so I never really got into reading that. I do think it's funny that Gary points out that like Marvel's like 8 or 9 characters when it really comes down to it. It's like the X-Men and Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four. And even then, it's like not all the X-Men are equal.
Yeah. It is pretty basically cut down to them.
I like that. It's the virtue signal withdrawal. It's like it's not only that, but like it's going to be the reverse where they're going to start getting some tomatoes thrown. And they're like, wait, but I thought you liked when we said this. Yeah. Yes, because briefly there is J.K. Rowling sort of responded to there's some new information talking about just how damaging all this ideology is for people. Right. And someone responded to her like, boy, I can't wait until Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson like give you a very public apology. And JK was like, oh, they can't, because they drank the Kool-Aid. They're celebrities that gave into the virtue signal. And she's like, but they could save their apologies and give it to the detransitioners when they start coming out. God damn. Slay, queen. Yeah. But that's what it is. Don't apologize to me.
Yeah, you didn't do that to me.
All those people that you said you wanted them to feel seen. Yeah, well, you let them, all the autistic, you let them taken advantage of. And as we've pointed out many of times, people want to talk about genocides. The only genocide going on in that movement is against gay people, because it turns out like 80% of all of these people that have gone trans or queer would just grow up to be gay. But at a vital moment, demons from the industrial medical company and from these virtue signals and all the fucking groomers and all the other creepy shit. Sometimes they hit all of those boxes. They come in,
mutilate
and
your body and such.
Yep. And then you get people like Dane from the Brotherhood of Steel,
who legitimately gets their body mutilated in the show.
Yeah,
No spoiler.
but not the way you think. It's always funny. And that's the other thing I'm noticing. What I just said would have got me hung a year ago.
Still
in
might.
Any fucking jab. Still might. No, not really. Come for me now. They're wafy. They have no nutrients. They can't fight.
I'll back you up.
But
we got 20 people in here.
Even in like on the Facebooks, which God, I don't even go on Facebook anymore. I'm sure you can tell. I
still cause chaos.
I see that controlled chaos. It's not about the Facebook. It's about sending a message. They also are getting pushback on how negative all of this shit is and how super obvious it is. But yeah, it's really what it is. At least for the doctors. If you want the medical bit of it, that's why. Lifelong, and some of these procedures, they're getting $70,000 a pop. No pun intended. It's more like a slit.
That's rude.
We are entrenched firmly in clown world. It started with the CERN reactor that knocked us out of our phase of existence.
I don't know if that's your tip or not, but I think you're right about it.
Then the Twinkie almost went out of business. Do you remember when the Twinkie almost went out of business?
Fucking chaos. It was, in fact, a big thing in the Zombieland movies.
Yeah. And I want to remind you, we live in a timeline where Han, Luke, and Leia were in a Star Wars sequel and didn't share a scene together. Do you want more evidence that we're in the darkest timeline? Because I can go on. I don't want to. But the point is, it ain't getting any better. No one is Marty McFly. They're like, Doc, we got to go back. We caused the DEI. Let's see. Might as well be MySpace. God, I miss MySpace. I missed having custom music on my page.
Oh, man. It slowed everything down because you had so much custom shit on it.
Here's the thing. And I've always said this, so I'll do it real quick. Yes. Actual trans people do exist, and I always use Blair White. Here's the thing. Blair White also acknowledges that Blair White is a biological male, and that her acting and presenting as a female is a coping mechanism for her body gender dysmorphia, that it helps with the mental disorder. And by the way, that's not a stigma. It shouldn't be. There should be no stigma attached to that. That's fucking what it is. It's no different than people that have a want to cut their arm off and then eventually do. And then, well, they feel better now because that's just how they saw themselves. So I have no problem with them existing. Once you're 18 and you've tried everything else and you want to go do surgical procedures and that's fine. God bless you if but you can't ignore biological reality, and you certainly can't do it on children. Children, as we point out, you don't trust them for what they dress or eat or think, but you go let them choose. Stop it. You want them to get a tattoo, but you'll let them get the things. But that's the other lie, is they say that puberty blockers, well, it just stops it. No, you can't stop something vital like that at a crucial time and then just pop right back in. That's not, you can't pause puberty like that. That's not how that works. Because then we get the detransitioners like Chloe Cole and all of them. We get the girls that sound like boys, or the grown men that sound like Michael Jackson. By design, by the way. That's the other creepy ass part of it. And yeah, well, that's what it is, unfortunately. And then the parents, you notice these celebrity parents that all of a sudden have 3 or 4 queer trans kids.
Coincidence?
I think not. Yeah, I think not. I mean, amongst other things, you can't stop.
Yeah.
If you're a boy and you stop it, those are vital for your frame and your skeleton, all that to grow. Of course, but I'm not a biologist. Of course. Yeah, but see, Bly, I forget, they killed Disney Star Wars. Star Wars is alive and well. I watch it, play it all the time. The expanded universe is right there. Luke is married with kids, and he remade the Jedi Order. Oh, there's some ups and downs, but that's just good storytelling. But at the end of the day, it's all right. Yeah, they could. But Disney Star Wars doesn't even upset me anymore. I can't wait for the Alkalite. I'm gonna meme the shit out of this show. It's gonna be great. The cast report in the UK, there may be some lawsuits heading towards the medical transition. No, I didn't, but I have seen that damn near every country has stopped doing them. America is the only one still doing it on anyone under 18. Yeah, I know. Imagine.
It's so disrespectful sometimes when you're supposed to be the fucking world leader.
And I've also seen that is one of the strategies is getting the statute of limitations of like how long you can sue these doctors change from like 2 to 5 years instead change to like 20 years. So that if you're under 18 or whatever, you have a full 2 decades to comprehend. And it's not even taking that long, by the way. That's the thing. So yeah, good for them. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take actual repercussions. The fucking doctors first. Unfortunately, you have to go after them legally. There was a post on that. I think the actors will show them off like a handbag and over to each other. Celebs.
Yeah. Accessories, man. Kids, dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. I was just showing you that I still have my first EU book, The Truce of Bakura, which takes place like the day after Return of the Jedi. Luke is still like twitching from being zapped by the Emperor's lightning. So yeah, I just disassociated. They've so completely ruined. It's sort of like it's very similar to the Roadhouse movie, where like Roadhouse was so unrelated to the actual Roadhouse they claimed that I can't even be upset at the adaptation. It's sort of where Disney Star Wars is with me. Like it's so fucking completely different in tone and spirituality and look and feel and all that it's not even. Who cares?
I think we were upset about it for so long that we finally went, what are we upset about?
Yeah.
And that's what you came
done.
to.
It's nothing. It's over. Money. That's what happened to it, power. Unfortunately. The same thing also that happened. We were talking about this to like what happened to journalism. Got paid out. Okay. You're talking about the Jake Gyllenhaal Roadhouse? Yeah. Now, did you like it just because it was a cheesy action thing, or did you like it because you thought it was a good reboot?
Okay.
Oh, the old one. If they made
thank God. God bless you. They made a new one.
They made the new one with Jake Gyllenhaal. That's what I was talking about. It's so different from the classic that it's yeah.
It's on Amazon, and if you want to check it out, Drifter, but it's different.
It's cheesy. Yeah, all the audiobooks for the Star Wars ones are great. They all have really good voice actors with really good they play the sound effects and the Star Wars music. And you can really see it, like all the Thrawn, Dark Empire, all of that shit. Last Command. I think that's the Disney version. So I'm trying to think. Just the original Heir to the Empire trilogy is an audiobook. And I think there's even a comic. Irwin has the comic adaptation of it. But yeah, they're all really good.
I mean, stories when people cared about things and characters.
I would kill. You could bring it back so easy. Just give me my fucking Luke Skywalker series with him rebuilding the Jedi Order. That's all I want. All I want for Christmas. Is that too hard? It's my Luke Skywalker series. Sorry. Best we can do is Ahsoka. Best we can do is Ahsoka and the Mandalorian in 2026. Yeah, there's no need to. There's no need to. Just watch the original. They again, the only similarities is his name is Dalton and he works at a place called the Roadhouse. That's about it. The Dalton character is completely different. The Jake Gyllenhaal Dalton, there's no spirituality. He's not a cooler. He's a bad he's a bad like bouncer. He's not even a cool. He has no be nice until it's time not to be nice. And he's got no of his like philosophies and the pain don't hurt or anything like none of that shit. So didn't even matter. Doing a good job, boys. I'm working right now, so I'll be listening. Hey, thank you, Trashy Drifter. We're only going to be going about 7 more minutes. Going to bounce out at the 2-hour mark, but
yeah,
always
thanks for coming,
man. And we do appreciate you. Like the hero's journey. Yes, we live in the age of heroes. Or at least we did. I think Irwin talked about that in the 4th turning that we were raised in a time where we had learned about heroes. And we've also been raised in a time now where we've seen all of those heroes systematically destroyed because they don't want us to have heroes. And they certainly don't want little boys to grow up thinking they could be of any use. They want them to grow up thinking their little flaky little, masculinity is toxic. Yeah. They don't want anyone growing up to be a big, strong Conan. They want them to grow up to look like the Brotherhood of Steel recruits. Fallout.
What is best in life, Dane?
Yeah, to see the testosterone treatments and the puberty blockers put in front of you. To be the lifelong medical patient and to hear the lamentations of the
shit.
detransitioners. Poor Arnold. Fuck your freedom. I can't believe he said that. He's never gonna live that down, unfortunately.
Just like you will spoil every movie walking out of a theater.
I did not spoil anything from Fallout, but I did
Yeah, but
spoil
you
that
did.
joke. Yeah.
You know, you learn from your mistakes. Isn't that amazing?
He might be trying to get paid here. Yeah. Yeah. Even though we will be gone in 5 minutes, you can see me and Erwin tomorrow for probably fucking 3 hours talking about all the things. All the things. And we, unlike some of those other channels that even though we love, we pay attention to our chat. That's right.
Yeah, I was born in the chat.
Born it, molded by it. I didn't see a super chat until I was paid. Fucking A. Yeah. I have wrench duties. You do. I trusted you. Yeah.
You were my problematic.
So Trashy Drifter, we're gonna go live on every Saturday. We go live, but we do Nerd Rage on Nerd Wars channel. So here you go. There we go. That's the channel. So if you're not subscribed to, well, first of all, fucking show for him. If you're not subscribed to this channel, which I believe you all are, but if you're not, please do.
What's the number?
What? Oh yeah, you want me to check the number?
I thought you were
quick?
pulling it up. I thought we were in sync.
2990. So we are 10 away, and then we will be at 3,000. So possibly in the morning, if I hit the algorithm, I'll wake up to 3,000. Unless 10 of you aren't subbed, and then somehow we will. So tomorrow, yes, go over to Nerd Wars and sub, and we will be there 10 a.m. PST. Awesome. And yes, smash that like. Thank you guys. I love it. We had a pretty consistent 20 plus viewers the whole time, which I don't know. Some people might say that's not a lot. I think that's a lot, especially for someone who's only streaming once a week on a Friday. Well, me personally, doesn't count when I stream with other people. So yeah. So the only thing I would suggest to you is if you can tomorrow, jump in, even if it's just on your phone mobile, so that you have it, because Erwin unlists them. So make sure you've gone in just for a little bit, so then later on you can go back and you can watch it through your history. At least that's what I do sometimes with like Drinker. A lot of the times he fucking you better hope you make that open bar, because if you don't, he's gonna unlist it, and then you got to wait like a week almost for him to release the full thing on his clip channel, which is smart. It's smart. But yeah, Erwin is going to be streaming more during the week, so that'll be cool. We'll have some more Nerd Rages, and we might be doing a Wednesday stream here on this channel every once in a while. So we'll see. We got some things cooking.
Dude, you out here hurting people.
What is this? Oh, when I did, I'm sorry about that. I hope you cleaned up. Yeah, man. I hope that's what it's trying to be. It's just trying to be a chill stream, hanging out with the homies. Chad is the homie, doing things. Always what we've wanted. That was always the idea, is just laughing with the friends, talking shit on each other, calling each other gay, making fun of me for simping for Henry Cavill.
So true story. Originally, we wanted to do a podcast where we just bullshit and talk, but look at that.
Like,
it turned into his stuff.
Yeah. Boy, I wonder if that's related to Techrat. There's a lot of tech and mouses in here. I guess it's a clan. You got the tech clan.
I don't know about all that.
You got a tech community. Well, I have the Badger Den, so if you were to make your own thing, you would have the tech community.
Maybe.
Shout out. I do. I'm seeing you guys. Don't worry. I know the names. I see you in the chat. I love it. Let's do this. Like, it was jokingly when I said Badger Legion, but I do love like the people coming around, everyone appreciating it for what it was. Shout out again. Thank you, Tech Mouse.
And quite a few tonight.
Yeah, hold on. We'll go back in a second. Yeah. Plugging himself, and I'll let him. Check out John. Everyone go subscribe to John.
Absolutely.
He's got his,
holy shit.
All right. Anner's no good. Or won't be so jealous that I got 2 super chats and you were here and hanging out. I can't wait. So glad I caught y'all. Thanks so much. See, she's Southern. So glad I caught y'all. Thanks so much. Well, you're welcome.
The tech rat. The tech rat approves. God bless.
Tech rat approves of you. And she's a ginger. You better careful. They're gonna come for you. You better not let Netflix adaptation anywhere near you. You're gonna be melanated up. Good stream. Thank you guys. Seriously. Thank you, Anners. All right, let's go back. Let's do the thing. Starting off with, yes, my favorite Litinks. He was here. He wasn't late and gay. He showed up rather on time for $5, not just his normal $1.99. Thank you, Anners. Thank you for putting on the suit. She gave me my goods, so she didn't let Erwin take my money. Tech Mouse, thank you as ever. And Anners again. So glad caught y'all. I'm glad you're all here. Southern hospitality. So that is it. We do not have an outro. We're just gonna say thank you. Thank you for being
see you
lame
next
and gay
week,
with
hopefully.
us. Yes, and we will see you next week for the 18th episode of Inside the Badger Den. So thank you guys. Bye,
Thank you
everyone. We
all.
will see you tomorrow for Nerd Rage, 10 a.m. PST on Nerd Wars channel. All right, guys. Bye.